Guys, I know you're really going to like this one. I changed one thing about how I live my life, and changing that one thing completely upgraded my whole manifestation game. It made me more present. It got me more tapped into my abundance. As a matter of fact, I feel more abundant. I feel more secure. And the rate of which things have been coming into my world, my clients finding me, my husband being such a darling to me, so sweet, feeling so cherished, my family sending me gifts, my old clients coming back, being able to manifest like people just by thinking about them. Everything just came at such a rapid speed. And I'm going to tell you what I did. Because I think that most of the time people don't realize they're getting this one thing wrong. And that thing is rushing. You think that rushing is harmless. You think that, oh, just by speeding things up, doing things quickly, checking it off the to do list, getting through it, speeding past it, we think that it doesn't hurt us. But I want you to slow down and deconstruct this with me. Because when we rush, what we're actually saying to ourselves is my internal timing doesn't matter. And what is rushing? Rushing is doing anything faster or quicker or at a more rapid speed than what we feel is comfortable. So if we're taking our time, we're making our decision, and then someone's like, hurry up, give me the answer. I need the answer today. And they're not just allowing you to feel into it, or they're not allowing the process to, develop. That's rushing. That's not allowing you to operate on your own timing. That is what rushing feels like. Rushing feels like pushing for something before it's actually ready. The rushing anything doesn't work. You can't rush plants growing. You can't rush people to be ready. You can't rush food to be cooked. Like, there are just some things that you cannot rush. So why do we rush ourselves? You know, just because we can mechanically and physically do things faster doesn't mean that we're in a state of ripeness or readiness. It doesn't mean that we're moving in a state of steadiness and consistency and stability. It doesn't mean that we see the lessons or have absorbed the things that we need to learn. So, why do we rush ourselves? The reason we keep doing that, I found, is that we have hinged our self worth to rapidness, to productivity. Like, if I can do this project quicker for you, I can come up with answers faster for you, I can do this thing sooner, I can deliver it quicker than the other person, that I'm more valuable to you. We have hinged our worth to performance, to metrics, to things like deliverables. And that's why it's so difficult to see that our worth does not need to be rushed. It's not performance based. And while there are some things that need to be delivered quickly, there are things that, we are on a timeline, we've got like 10 million things to do, we've got different priorities. It doesn't mean that we need to rush through them. It just means that we need to be very clear and selective with ourselves about putting up boundaries, telling people to wait, letting go of things that are not absolutely urgent, so that things that really need time to mature, to be thoughtful, to be thought through, to be processed, to be marinated, things that are more organic, emotions that need to be digested, decisions that need to be felt through, that we thoroughly allow ourselves to process them, because we just cannot rush the process. And while a lot of people, a lot of us, we say, just trust the process. We logically know that we can't rush ourselves. There are some things that just can't be rushed, but we still keep doing that. We still keep thinking, okay, I'm going to give people the time. I'm going to give other people excuses. I'm going to, just I'm going to be understanding for other people. But for some reason, when it comes to ourselves, we're not giving ourselves the grace. And what happens when we rush? This is the thing that really causes misalignment. Because when we rush ourselves, we're telling ourselves and the universe that my timing doesn't matter, my alignment doesn't matter, my need for space doesn't matter. Like, I know this sounds really strong statements, but it's true. That's exactly what we've been telling ourselves. When we rush, we are neglecting our own need for the space, for the time to make the decision, for the need to feel things through. The fact that when you're rushing yourself to come up with an answer before you feel like you have one, or before like you feel ready, you're frustrated, you're pressed on time, now you're anxious, you you're short fused probably, you are pressured, you've got external pressure coming from the outside, people asking you to speed up, while internally you're kind of trying to fight off that feeling, you're trying to fight off that frustration. And at the same time, you're frustrated at yourself of why can't you finish it sooner? Why can't you come up with the answer sooner? Why can't you be faster? Why can't you be faster like other people? So there's not enough space to process things. You're running on misaligned time. That is not divine time. Divine time is knowing that I'm allowed to take my time with things. I'm allowed to move at my own pace that feels good. I'm allowed to do things in a way that is suitable for me. And when we move at that pace, when we honor our own needs, we're telling the universe, I recognize that I am important. I recognize that I am valuable. I feel safe moving at my own pace, and I don't need to be pressured to move at other people's pace. I don't need to move at society's pace. I don't need to move at the rate that everybody else is telling me to move. I'm not frantic. I am still. I am calm. I'm present. I'm grounded. I have the right answers, right? And you are telling the universe, and this is very important information for yourself, that you're valuable. And your value is not hinged to doing things quickly, to, being available to respond at any moment at like 2 a.m. or at midnight. It's not how fast can I do it? How fast can I get it done? It's how do I feel when I do it? Who am I when I show up? Right? Even saying that just feels so powerful. Who am I when I give you the answer? Who am I when I commit? How do I feel when I resonate with something? Because when you allow yourself to do things at your own pace, you are doing at the speed of resonance. You're not doing it at the speed of everybody else. You're doing it at the speed of resonance. So your yes feels more yes, your no feels more no. Your answer feels more concrete, grounded. It's got a stronger foundation because you have thoroughly felt it. There's that resonance in your being, in your voice, in your answers, in your responses, in your work, in your production that everybody else does not have because they rushed their way there. Whatever it is that they came up with, they probably just felt half of it. There's not much resonance. There's the product, but there isn't the soul. There's the framework, there's the appearance, but there isn't the substance. The substance is what we're all craving and is the only thing that so many of us are overlooking because we're on this rushing culture, racing to get things done, racing to speed through things, racing to prove ourselves more valuable when you've forgotten that your value actually comes from your centeredness and your resonance. So today, really take that chance to ask yourself, whose timeline are you moving on? Are you moving on societal timeline? Are you moving in your company's timeline? Are you moving at your own timeline? Are you doing things at your own pace without needing to feel rushed? Are you pushing yourself out of your own internal rhythm? Because your rhythm is the one that actually matters. And as a matter of fact, the more in sync you are with yourself, with your own rhythm, the faster you can actually produce. The more in sync you are with your own internal speed, your own like internal clock, everything that you know you're doing things at your own pace, the faster you can do things because it's not interfered by all the noise, all the rushing, all the pushing, all the pressure, all the external interference. There's no interference. There's just peace, calm, focus, dedication. There are no distractions other than just you being on your own timeline. And yes, you can do things very quickly without actually rushing. That is where your groundedness and your presence comes from. So if you need to, shut yourself in a telephone box and get work done. Ask people to move things around so that you could really focus or push some commitments aside. It's a lie that we have to do absolutely everything ourselves. And it's also a lie that everything is absolutely urgent. If not, people are dying. That's not the truth. And I refuse to subscribe to that idea. But I'm telling you, as soon as I allowed to do things at my own timeline, standards improved. People stepped up. People came back. They became more responsive. There was more respect. There was more resonance in the things I said and in how people heard it. Why? Because I honor my own time. Why? Because I'm doing it from resonance, not speed. And so should you. So you don't have to believe in anything that I said today. But if there's a part of it or some of it that resonated with you at all, let me know down below in the comments, and I would love to hear from you. Bye.